Welcome back to Brine and Tide. 44 or 43, I think. But previously, the party had taken the evening to rest a bit after zipping around the island for a while, gathering resources and talking to people. But Rayan took Quiet Hearts to show that she had planted the Amgitsoru seed and had sprouted into a small little sapling which was growing rather quickly, but healthily. Um, had a discussion, back to the village. You talked with each other for a bit. Yoane, you were. All right, no, that was the next day. I can't remember what all you did that night before you went to bed, and had some dreams that you managed to see the next day. You reliving a pleasant memory of being a teenager with your uncle and out squid fishing.
Mm-hmm.
The As you were getting ready to descend into the waves, taking the turtle off to the Koluth Reef, where the Sahagin that had previously been dominated by the Aboleth and its marrow cultists, where you were hoping to converse with them regarding the pirate attack. You were approached by Anchor, who, after speaking with the other heads of the village of the night, over the night, decided that as long as you all promised to escort her off the island, they would let Vathel live, as long as she provided her carpentry skills to the reinforcement and defense of the village. And they would ensure that they would not kill her and prevent any of the other villagers from, taking advantage of her exposed state. But you descended under the waves, taking a route into the reef, following directions given to you by the moon scale, which proved a little more difficult to follow underwater than on the waves. But eventually you made your way to what seemed to be your destination as you came up to a rather large reef wall. But finding a markers along the way, you discovered a cave, an entrance into it. As you descended into it, finding a dimly lit area with bioluminescent algae and some corals, you came under threat by a Trool and several local clackers, managing to handily dispose of them and scare off any of the others that were lingering around the edges. And before you exited and were accosted, well, not accosted, but stopped by a group of Sahagin, one of them identifying himself as Vazat and saying that he would guide you to the Koluth Reef after you had, reassured him that you were members of the Rondo Village and friends of the Moon Scale. So that's where we left off. As you start walking across the sandy sea floor, these tongue twisters tonight. But as you continuing along, Vazat's walking with you while the others are kind of swimming along, keeping pace with the bubble. But he looks to you all and goes, How are you all faring on the surface? And he's speaking in common, as he seems to be just curiously trying to make idle conversation as you follow his guidance.
The village is being prepared as best we can. We've been going around the island, helping people prepare and finding what we can.
Good.
How are things?
No? Sorry, go on.
How are things going down here?
We are attempting to rebuild and regrow.
Of course.
And as you continue along, you start noticing some other Sahagin. There's a point where a couple of sharks come zipping towards you. Some of you might get a little tense, but they, you know, they don't burst the bubble or anything. They just circle around, and some of the Sahagin that are trailing just kind of give them pats before they move on. They seem to
Aww.
be on something of a patrol. Um, but you pass other Sahagin, and they kind of stop and look over as you realize you're passing through what they said they were attempting to reseed their kelp beds. As you notice them kind of with almost like watching farmers on the surface. They're tilling what looks to be the sandy. You were right, BZ. As soon as we started, 5 minutes later.
Yep.
Um.
I considered saying something, but like, nah, she'll be here.
Okay. But the
I mean, like, she did. Like, I heard her coming in the door. I was like, maybe I should say something. Nah, it'll be funnier.
that's fine. So and you see them with like tools, digging furrows, and you see them, it looks to be like small, baby kelp cuttings that they've taken from elsewhere. But
This is more for flavor than anything. But as we're going by, Rain will go over to like just people working and like pat them like she's casting guidance on everyone she can.
It do a persuasion do a persuasion check because some of them kind of like flinch back because there's suddenly just someone swimming at them.
Understandable.
And outreached, and they're kind of you get the sense they're still kind of skittish.
Are you
That's
casting
fair.
spells at me?
Because it's not like just a pat. You have to, there's verbal and some
Yeah.
somatic components to it. So,
Persuasion?
yeah. Okay.
24.
Yeah, there's some tension at first, but one of them, just kind of holds out a hand and is like, what are you doing? They asked often.
I just thought I would give them a little bit of assistance however I can. It's a spell that it helps you do things.
Kind of tilt their head. They don't really have eyelids to blink, but they kind of. Oh wait, no. These Hagen do because they're more shark-like. But they kind of like glint at you a bit, but then they look over, see that you're being escorted and not being chased by the guards. And it's sort of like, okay, can't be that bad. But
one of the people who removed the eyes in the deep.
there's like another nod, and they hold out their arm, like looking at you, like, okay.
Okay, she'll tap guidance. Now do what you're gonna do. It'll just make it a little better.
Thank
So
you.
like as the party's moving by, since she can swim around outside the bubble.
Okay, so we won't have that conversation for each of them, because that will take too long.
No, I felt like one sees it's okay. The rest.
After seeing a few people, like you explain it to a few people, it's it seems to be spreading. People are like, okay, this weird tideborn wants to be touchy. Okay. But they go back to hello.
Callie.
Did you guys start? Like I
Yep.
Okay.
It hasn't been too long, but I got the recording going.
Okay, thank you.
Rain is sort of invading personal space.
To use.
With permission.
So as usual.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're being guided in. You're walking past what are the Sahagin basically trying to reestablish their kelp farm. So she's swimming up and trying to give guidance to each of them, so they can farm real good for the next 6 seconds.
Yeah.
But they seem to be like.
When you put it like that, I feel stupid.
Sorry.
No, no, no. You're fine. I was kidding.
We'll just ring a note about farming. It's fine.
Yeah.
It'll
So-
help them with their current checks, which
Yeah.
will make future checks better.
Yeah, and they seem to be like, okay. They take it in stride. And, the word that, that you were part of the group responsible for helping free everyone does seem to spread, and people seem to appreciate that more. But they've got their tasks and they let you go. A couple people kind of follow a bit. Let's actually get some good message. Okay. So
Yay, bloody nose.
was that?
Oh, yay, bloody nose.
Oh no, are you okay?
Yeah.
Your
It's
psychic,
just this time of year.
your psychic powers are too strong.
Yeah.
So as you approach, you start seeing, like there's clusters of reef. It seems they were kind of. You would have, maybe you'd guess that this might be a partially artificial atoll that's been grown over the generations. But there are other clusters of coral as you see, because you're approaching from the distance. You see you would maybe call them structures or houses. It's kind of hard to tell if some of them are actually structures or just mounds of coral until you see like an entry into it or a Sahagin emerge from it. The look as you approach. I think everyone just wants to do like a perception check to get a vibe of the place.
Sure.
Would you like aid on that, Raven?
Sure.
Yeah, have some aid.
I gotta say no to that. As long as I don't click performance. There we go.
Or persuasion.
I was hovering over it and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's the problem when you have 3 skills that start with PER.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 26.
Not that you need aid.
Yeah, you do pretty good looking, because you do have, while you are a celestial of eyes, or, of celestial blood, the pack that you share of a deep sea entity, you're able to see through the water pretty clearly, while others, for the rest of the group, it might be a little more blurry. But it's fairly easy to see. For as big as this place is, there are not as many Sahagin as you would expect for as many buildings you recognize, which you would gather probably had to do something with the recent conflicts and such. But up ahead, as they're kind of leading you to the biggest cluster near the center of this atoll. Atoll, is that how you say it?
Atoll.
Well, yeah. You start noticing there are quite a few marrow bodies strung up across rocks or pieces of coral, or just spiked on like pipes or harpoons. And you realize as you approach, and the rest of you can see it as you get closer, a lot of them are pinned down by their own iconic harpoons.
Oh.
As you remember, the marrow were not mentally dominated, but were willing followers of the Aboleth.
No, they were just it was a full-on cult.
Yeah.
Opportunistic shitbags.
Do any of the bodies look like they were from higher ranking marrow?
You could do like a perception check in passing, but quite hard that a lot of them are partially eaten, and you do see as you're in passing a shark go up to one of them and like take a bite out of its shoulder and just swim by, with the snack. Yeah, they are too in disrepair to really.
No, I know.
It's a gruesome sight. They've been partially eaten, we hope, just by the sharks. But
I know what's gotten her distracted.
there's also like crabs picking at them.
I think she starts to lag behind looking at the bodies.
Oh no. Oh yes, that's also something that happened last time. You were traumatized by your own familiar. Try to make a familiar make a cute little gesture and it backfired.
She chose to eat the bug.
She did.
So what's Ryan doing then?
Oh,
And
she's
does
just.
anyone? Well, quite her, she would notice because your perception's whack.
Yeah.
She just like has like kind of stopped where she was swimming and like just staring at the bodies.
Kite Hurst has to move with the bubble, but they'll call it, Ryan, are you okay?
Can I hear them through the bubble?
Yeah,
I just
You have good,
otherwise
you know-
just getting awkward real fast.
Head
you,
like
you
the head
can-
like. Huh?
you are specifically made of sea life,
Yeah.
and you're
I can
supernatural.
speak. That's true. I can speak and stuff normally underwater. I think that's actually an ability I have.
As a fathomless warlock, I think,
Her head
or as a water
snapped,
genasi.
like uncomfortably quickly to you when you speak. The voice, and
You send the hummingbird that was perched on your head just tumbling out of the water from like the sheer whiplash. It was just like, "Ring!"
her mouth is hanging open a little, so like all her teeth are visible, and her eye is a little like distant. And when she blinks, what?
Little sharky.
A little sharky, yeah. What?
Ryan, are you okay?
I'm okay. And she'll quickly swim up, catch up with the rest of them. I'm fine.
And as you rejoin, Vazat goes, they got everything they deserved coming to them.
They did.
They and now they feed our sharks and our crabs. As you see another shark go up and just take a bite out of like this face of one of them. It's the water around them is probably, when you're swimming through, it's probably not too good of a smell.
Yeah.
And you actually see when they mentioned crabs like a minute later, you see a Sahagin like by like a pair of the marrow bodies as they're just grabbing some of the crabs that are like picking at them and putting the crabs into a basket. It looks like they're like harvesting.
Hey, if it works.
And you've seen actually, it wouldn't be too hard to spot, especially with the perceptions that you've seen like a lobster and crab traps around, just idle traps for food.
Hmm.
But as you get you're basically led into what is like the village center of the reef. You have gathered pretty much a group of, a crowd has kind of formed, and not crowding around you, eye level as would be normal. They're kind of swimming around and above, just curiously watching this bubble make its way across the bottom of the ocean, across their village, with these surfacers and strange tideborn, and but eventually you see a familiar face among the Sahagin as Delsim swims up. They seem to be in better health than the last time you saw them, a bit more nourished, and actually see a lot of the Sahagin look better fed now that you've been around them more. But he's also got better clothing, it seems, and he swims up, kind of steps into the bubble, goes, "Oh, my friends, welcome to Koluth Reef."
Hi.
Hello. Good to see you again.
Ah, yes, Aman. Greetings.
Hello again.
Corano. So, we were expecting contact from the villages above, but we were expecting Moskill. And he kind of chuckles, gesturing to the turtle. Was not expecting to see a Marasian turtle walk this way. And carrying a bell of such interesting make, he says, glancing at the abyssal bell. So, tell me, why have you come here on this fine day?
We came to talk to the, your chieftain?
Oh, you wish to speak to the broodmother Gola? Yes,
Yeah, we bring some news.
and he glances around at the crowd. He goes, perhaps some more, as he hears someone have to ring the bell every minute, goes, oh, I see it as not a continuous enchantment, yes?
No.
We have and he gestures to one of the larger coral buildings. We have an area with trapped air that you can rest comfortably in. Follow me. It is more comfortable to speak there. And he nods to Vazat and he goes, thank you, Vazat. And the soldier gives a nod and kind of zips off. Seemed to go rejoin the patrol. But you, I guess I should describe the village a little more in detail. It's the main center that you're in, and it's very circular. It's almost like the buildings are constructed in their own ring within the atoll itself. But the buildings are actually kind of concentric rings of corals. But you see because of the three-dimensional traversal, there's no real front yards, because you realize that there are multiple entryways into the various corals where Sahagin of various ages and kind of pop their heads out and glance curiously at these newcomers. You see what look to be glass orbs, probably surface glass, but they don't. They're positioned around almost like they would be light sources, but during the day they just seem to be dull green glass. Some of you would recognize them as probably algae lights, where they filled with bioluminescent algae that a lot of sub-ocean settlements use for lighting. But you see a couple of younger Sahagin, it looks like. They seem a little more feral than the others, and you realize that might be due to the in mine slavery situation that was up until a few weeks ago was their whole life. They're kind of tended to by some older Sahagin, but you actually see they have a large moray eel that goes and coils around one when they try to swim up too close, and it's almost like you realize this moray's kind of acting like a guard dog, helping rein in the kids, or like a herd dog. But you're guided to one of the larger entries. I'm rambling, sorry. But you're guided to one of the...
Good job.
The game master.
Yeah.
One of the larger
Good job.
entries at ground level. As you realize, he goes, okay, this should be large enough for your turtle to get in, but here, follow me. And he leads you up into this path. The floor is still that pale white sand, although it's a little thinner within the building. You see more of the glowing coral that's purposely sculpted to be like braziers almost. And it really does just seem like their whole way of life is based around growing the coral to suit them. As you pass by several rooms, there's other Sahagin kind of milling about, look at you curiously. But he goes, okay, you will have to hold your breath a second. Your turtle will not be able to get much further. It will be safer in here, as he points to a more normal door-sized door or passageway. He goes, it will only be a few seconds, but as you see it goes up, there is like the glimmer of light. It goes, we have the air pocket up there.
Let's go.
So a brief dip into the water later. They're correct. It doesn't take you very much longer to get up. No one has to do any rolls, but you are in this large kind of dome-shaped circular room where the air is, very briny, but it is, breathable. It's fresh. You actually see some of the glass jars now with the glowing algae to provide this like pale greenish bluish light, kind of teal lighting to the room. And you see a couple of Sahagin around, and you realize they're doing craft work as they kind of pause and look over, and Delson's like, would y'all mind if we have the room for a bit? And they nod and kind of set down the tools. You see, looks back, he goes, there are some stuff we require air to do. And you see like some stuff that require like glues that will need to be like air dried and stuff. So I'm like blanking on what those actual crafts would be, but figure that would actually need to be something. But and he turns to you. He goes up to one of them, stuffs his hug and kind of whispers to them, and they nod and head off. He goes, so news from the surface of the other villages.
Yes. So we went and dealt with that little island off the coast. I think we talked about it when we went to go get everybody, where you said there was that vacation home where the demons were still going. We stopped that. But we found after we stopped that, that they had a whole little fleet pirates coming. Now, I'd say it's probably a safe wager they're not going to take the effort to come down here and fuck with you guys. But we're letting everyone know. And we wanted to see if you wanted to help, or if you were going to take this one off, which would be perfectly fine, because you've been through enough as it is.
And kind of nodding along as you're telling the story, there is that like gurgle of distaste that you started to pick up on from Sagan, that at the mention of pirates, when they nod, goes, it would be a mistake for any air breathers to try to attack us, but many pirates, that's not a problem. We appreciate the warning and ensure that the word is passed.
Yes.
As you said, we are not... I cannot speak for everyone, but I do not think we would be able to provide soldiers. Many of us have a distaste for violence now.
And that's perfectly fine. I wouldn't ask you to in this situation anyway. But if there's any aid you can help us provide, if you're willing to, we would be most grateful.
Perhaps. I cannot make promises. It will be up to the Broodmother. She makes decisions. She was the one who was awake for those long years alone.
Yes.
She was awake? What do you mean?
And he points to the scars around his gills where Amana and Corona, you would know that you ripped the parasite out. Mm-hmm. And you saw similar scars on a lot of the Sahagin. What's that?
Brine was the first one to rip those off, I do believe.
Right, but specifically, Amon was the one who ripped it out of Delsin.
Point.
But yeah, you notice that a lot of them have that scarring because they're still fairly fresh. But Well, we were forced to sleep and dream of the eyes. She was kept awake to create more of us.
Oh. Oh. I am so.
That is why we have turned the marrow into food for our pets. They did not dream when they acted.
They deserve.
They were awake.
And like I said, we're just letting you know because we don't want any of our neighbors to be surprised, ambushed by pirates, especially after having just gone through what you have. We're working on a set of defenses over at the village, the survivors' village, which I don't know if you saw. It's on the north.
Oh yeah, Delsim was there with some of the other Sagan during the kind of like after victory celebrations of the Aboleth's defeat.
Yes. We're working on defenses over there on the island for a proper land siege. If there is any way you wish, you can provide aid if we cannot get an audience with the Brood Mother, or if anyone wishes to help defend, you are welcome wholeheartedly.
So even if it's just a warning that they're coming.
A warning would be easy enough to do. I believe we could do that among anything. You will have to ask the Broodmother herself, which glances at one of the pools that the Sahagani talked to, dove into, and goes, "Should be just a moment." And he glances at to another pool as a couple of Sahagan emerge, and they come and goes, "Oh, right. Is anyone hungry?" As you see Sahagan start pulling out some baskets and some satchels of what look to be like materials found underwater so they don't decompose. But they start pulling out food. You see shellfish. There's like small little lobsters, or they look more like crayfish sized. You see crabs, similar to the ones that were picking at the marrow. You see some kelp, wrapped up around fish or just by itself. There's some. He starts pointing out some stuff. If people start asking, it's like a sushi buffet, sort of.
Oh.
Lots of uncooked fish, but there are, like, as he points out, there's some shaved corals, polyps that it almost looks like a roe consistency, but it's not fish roe. But it's just like pointing out various things, and there are some vegetarian options. There's like sea grapes, there's kelp, that kind of stuff.
So I'm guessing they're actual sea grapes.
A lot of it.
As someone who loves seafood, Iwade will be the first to say, "Hell yeah!" Just come.
Yeah.
He just lumbers on over.
A lot of the kelp and stuff is used to like wrap up fish, some of the fish and clams in it, and it's like a wrap.
Oh, this is going to be fantastic.
Glad I'm here, thank you.
Oh shit, tuna.
Yeah, now I'm making myself hungry for sushi.
Yeah, thanks.
Brian is. She's like visibly conflicted, but she's conflicted.
Quiet Hearts will make a plate of sea grapes and kelp and then nudge it towards Rayan.
Hey. Quiet Hearts?
I should show what sea grapes look like. They're actually really neat.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen them.
What's funny is there's also a type of egg called a sea grape.
Huh.
Like most plant life, quote unquote, under the water, it's a type of algae.
Oh.
Makes sense.
But they have like a cultivar where they're like bigger, where they're actual grape-sized ones.
Yeah. Domesticated.
Yep.
She slowly munches on the sea grapes.
And Venture lands on like the edge of the like scout, like the large clamshell half that you're using as a bowl. You know, that's mostly what they're using for to hold things. And Venture sits on the edge of it, sticks her beak into a sea grape, and you just see it get shrunken down like a Capri Sun.
Oh, sea raisin.
She'll reach over and give Venture little pets.
She does that appreciative fluffing up.
Aww.
This shit's good.
Good, that's good. It was good to see that some of it had continued to grow at least wild without our constant care.
I imagine some of it probably overgrew.
Well, some memories do come back. We would just, the eyes kept us fed enough to be useful. We were always hungry, but we could still eat. It was just, he kind of shrugs. There was no joy in it.
Yeah.
He kind of shrugs and shakes his head. And you've been joined by some of the Sahagin who brought you the food, and they're just gonna, seeming to have a nice little moment socializing with y'all. If some of you want to have conversations with them, you can. Most of them speak mostly Aquan, so it's probably just you, Amon, really, who's able to talk with some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, but some of them do know Common, since it is, common.
So,
What is that, Rain? Or Ryoko?
I went, haha.
so, is this a case of we go and meet, your boss, or... Yeah,
No,
we meet her, or she meets us?
She must stay in the brood chamber. It is. But...
Makes sense.
Timing. As he looks over, and you see the one song that he had whispered to kind of emerge and kind of gives a little, like, sorry, took a bit, had to find it. And they are hauling out, tucked under their arm, what looks to be like a large clam. Like, fairly large, for, not like giant clam size, but still a very large clam. But they bring it over to Del Sim, hand it to him, and goes, she has the other one. She's ready. And Del Sim nods and kind of cracks it open. As you see, it's still alive. The kind of insides twitch a bit as there's like that iridescent sheen that you see with some like deep sea life. Goes, okay. Yeah, he runs his finger across the like fleshy innards, and then almost like he's tracing some runes or sigils in it before the iridescence seems to catch the light even brighter. And then he nods to the rest of the other Sahagin in the room, and they kind of gather up their own, food and stuff, and they leave you whatever you want, but they gather up kind of the mess and before they start to leave. As you see, kind of shimmering through the iridescence, takes a moment to clear, but you see a figure like an illusion start to come into focus as you see a face of a Sahagin, different than the others you've seen. Broader face, not a shark-like point, but almost like a flatter, broader face. The eyes are still very shark-like as they peer at you, as you see a female Sahagin broodmother look out at you, and you don't know if it's just maybe that's just how her face is built, but she's almost looks like she's frowning. But as she kind of opens her mouth, you see rows of shark-like teeth as she says in common, it goes, "Welcome. I am Golutz."
Greetings.
Greetings, and thank you for this wonderful welcome. I am Amon from the island above. This is Rayan, and this is Ryoko, and this is Ione, and this is Corano, and this is Quiet Hearts, and I think that's everybody.
Yes, you got everybody.
Well, that was Grayson going, did I get everybody? I think that's everybody.
I don't know. Sometimes I have to do that too. It's like,
You missed Flibbits.
yes.
No, we left Flibbits on the surface. We know what happens when he
He's water
gets under the
soluble.
water.
It'll drown. Soluble.
We come bearing news. Voice crack,
Salt methods do well underwater. They're soluble.
Well, drowning all that air.
Sorry. It is good to have you here. Delsim has spoken highly of the surfacers who have freed us, and I extend my thanks to you as well. You killed the eyes in the deep that haunted our dreams.
Yes.
Gave us our lives back.
And we would do it again in a heartbeat. We do come bearing, unfortunately, some ill-timed news. There is a fleet of pirates, 3 ships strong, making their way towards the island. As our neighbors, we wish to warn you of their approaching.
The warning is appreciated. And Dilsim kind of chimes in. He goes, "I've already offered that we will at least warn them if it comes when they're, if we spot them before they do. But I knew that officially is your decision to guide us, Broodmother." She you see a large hand come up as she taps her kind of hug-faced chin. Goes, "Warning can be, we will give, sorry.
So good.
Resetting a moment. Suffering. We will provide what warning we can give. That is the least we can do. But we are much too low in number to go into battle, and I will not ask my children to shed their blood or spill the blood of others again."
And we don't want you to.
That's more than understandable.
We just wish to warn you as neighbors that it's coming. That way, in case if they decide to stop over here first, you're not surprised.
Yeah, we were.
However,
No,
sorry,
please.
right? What?
No, please go ahead.
However, we may be able to provide some assistance in ways that do not entail actual combat. We have resources we can perhaps provide or trade for. But you say you would kill the eyes again if you could. How would you feel about dispatching one of its minions that still haunts us, feeds on us?
It would be an honor.
There's it.
And
Name
Delson
it.
kind of tilts his head and goes, You'll send them after the shoal. Rude Mother Gullet nods. Should be simple task for them. Dilson will tell you where it is, or perhaps he'll even guide you to it if he wishes, but there is a shoal of demonic fish that prey upon us. They are small but many, and they share a ravenous hunger, and they feed upon us. They feed upon our sharks. They feed upon our pets. They keep getting closer to our reef.
They will not for much longer.
We will be sure to restore the balance.
Good. And after that, you would have provided us yet another boon, and we will see what we can provide in return to our neighbors on the surface. And actually, if you remember, both the Moon Scale and Rondo Village both said that they would be willing to discuss, like proper trade stuff with the Koluth Reef if that was required.
Yes. Both the village and the Moon Scale were open and amicable to reestablishing or establishing for the first time trade routes with you if needed or desired.
You know what, Amon, you can do me a persuasion check with advantage, because you're getting pretty much everyone's help on that. And it's kind of a good deal that the group's offering.
Maybe if my character sheet wants to load. Hold on. Well, 20's being a goofball. He's being a little silly.
I did recently
like
have
to
an
do that.
update, so it's probably a little wonky at the moment.
I will do a persuasion.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I nod, and she nods and goes, trade would be useful. There are many things on the surface that we cannot attain that would be much help to us in rebuilding.
Yes.
Deal with the shoal, and we will discuss proper trade and send Dosim. I will send you back with them to the village surface to as my voice. And Dosim kind of seems taken aback by that. Goes, "Oh, of course, Brood Mother. That is, I will do my best." And she goes, "Well, rest, prepare yourselves. And good hunting."
Thank you.
Amon will give a smile full of his nice little sharp pointy teeth and say thank you.
And the clamshell closes and the illusion fades. Wilson kind of pats the shell before, pushing it back into the water. Almost kind of unceremoniously goes, "Really surprised those survived so long."
I mean, you gotta give them credit. Clams really just survive on the weirdest of situations. Also, congrats on the promotion.
Yes. I still feel like a young shark still, so.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Half the people up there like you already.
So, the shoal, we call it the Black Shoal. It is. Was one of the tools of the Aboleth. They want to say the Aboleth. It was one of the tools of the Eyes of the Deep. Taken from the abyssal seas itself, they are ravenous.
Mm.
They chew through coral and wood just as easily as they do flesh.
Where are these things?
So, judging by the name, this sounds like less of a one creature, more like a swarm.
I suppose, but it moves with intent as if it was one thought driving many.
No.
Something that is sickeningly familiar to what happened to us.
Is this karma?
Yeah, it is.
This is karma.
It is gray. Get fucked.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's just call it the Black Shoal. It can't be too bad, can it?
No, it's like like an entire flight of butterflies, completely harmless.
Hey, you're the small character this time, and he's gonna throw a fucking swarm at us. I'm gonna enjoy the shit out of this.
Bring it on.
Delsim kind of looks around as if he's making sure that it's just him in the chamber with the rest of it. He goes, before he kind of speaks again, voice lowered, he goes, "There is another threat that swims with the shoal. Those of our kin that have, through no fault of their own, surrendered to bloodlust, blood frenzy. Those of us under the control were forced to feed upon the living.
Do you request them return to you?
When we encounter them, we know it is a mercy to put them down lest their madness spread like a disease."
Is there...
It is an ancient curse of our kind. It is not something we like to speak with outsiders. Many have blamed Sahagin for tragedies that were committed by them, but they blamed all Sahagin. They share the ravenous hunger of the Black Shoal. Perhaps that is why it has not eaten them.
Say ravenous hunger. What exactly do you mean? That, like... They're eating a lot. Like, is it just that? Or is there stranger things?
It is a curse of our kind among those who give in to the blood frenzy that we all feel.
I don't mean the Sahagin. I mean the swarm.
The shoal. I've only seen it at as a distance as I fled it. I'm sorry, I do not think I will be able to join you in combat. I am no warrior like you all are. I will show you where to go, but I will be hiding myself, I shamefully say.
That is entirely fine.
I think that's fair after what you've been through.
Yeah, I just was wondering if you could give any more details about this ravenous swarm.
Kind of lifts up his palms in a shrug. I do not know much other than it hunts us and feeds upon us. Some of us have memories of it. back when we were under the Dream's thrall.
We'll clear you of this. As best we can.
Well, I am prepared to go when you are. Rest up if you wish. I heard that you dealt with a chul and some clackers. Thank you for squishing one of those chuls. They are menaces. The clackers are mere annoyances unless they are compelled by a greater intelligence.
It's no bother.
Yeah, well, you want to do what we can, as best we can. You're our, we've been through too much.
The eyes in the deep were a curse for many.
Of course.
I'm just glad that you have broken it. Oh, damn it, Gray. How long has he been there?
What?
I finally scrolled up to the top of the map.
Oh, well before we started. He's been up there for a bit. Here, sorry, I forgot he was up there. Genuinely, like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah, no, I tabbed back over from my notes and I just scrolled up. I was like, wait a minute. Dragon Bard spotted.
I
Anyway,
feel like Gray has become your sitcom nemesis.
Interject.
Well, I'm good to go.
You don't want to take a little rest before we go?
No, I'm good.
Rest would be nice.
Yeah, you can. This could count as a short rest, like sitting there eating and chatting.
Okay. I will definitely roll some dice.
Yeah.
How many do more than that, apparently.
I appreciate the clam flip flow, by the way.
The what?
The clam flip phone.
Oh, yeah.
I'm back to full.
Same.
No, yeah, Delsim, as you're kind of chatting and kind of resting up, he goes, I guess when we dug up the communication clams, sounds more elegant and awkward, but the Brood Mother says they grew noticeably since the last time she saw them.
Oh.
So does that mean anything, or? Does that mean anything, or it's just?
No, they're just alive.
Okay, cool. Because I was worried you were gonna say something real ominous, like clearly they've been in use by somebody that wasn't us or something.
No, they were buried under silt. We believe they were just filter feeding like normal clams.
Huh.
Yeah, it's gotta keep a close eye on clams when weird shit starts happening.
Gray just linked me a stat block for a swarm of musk deer.
Oh, sorry, wrong person.
Who is the right person?
Who wants that?
There we
Did you
go.
like that to me? God damn you! You fucking did! You
Oh,
take
man.
that shit out of my face!
It's always funny when it happens to someone else.
You.
You're way too proud of yourself.
Fucking dare you.
So,
But yeah,
you
no, you gotta keep an eye on clams, especially when weird fucky shit happens.
Oh yes, I have heard of dead man's clams, although I've never seen one.
Good, because they're horrifying.
Dead man's clams?
Yes, imagine a clam. He points, he points to the hole or the pool where the clam is. Because imagine something like that, but much bigger. Or at least from what I've heard, they can reach sizes large enough to swallow a human whole, or even a sahagin. And
It's teeth. It's all teeth.
they feed upon the dead and sometimes bring the dead back. They make pearls out of the skulls of those they eat. Which you have some.
Yeah.
Which, just a reminder to the party, you have some of those. You have like 2 of them, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we found evidence to suggest there were even more. Except they've been shipped off.
Well, that was part of the Cambion's notes saying that she shipped off pearls to the captain that is approaching.
Mm-hmm.
Evil lesbians.
Yeah.
Well, according to some, they're just lesbians.
Wow.
As a lesbian,
Whoa.
I am evil. It is true.
Sorry, that burp snuck up on me. Excuse me.
But yeah, I've seen one in myself. That shit's terrifying. And I've jumped down the throat of sea monsters.
I'm thankful I've never seen one, although I would not have been surprised with how many kind of seems to get a little bit gloomy for a second, how many ships were sunk around here.
Yeah. The evil fuckfish.
I hear they appear around sites of naval battles, feeding upon the dead.
Yeah, about that, because the evil fuckfish definitely was sending pearls off to the devils up on the surface.
Oh, that is troubling. Who knows what can be made from those pearls? I hear
Nothing good.
evil magic they can be used for evil magics.
Yeah, nothing good.
Actually, I should make him roll to see how much he knows. Oh, damn, he actually knew a decent amount, so. But, anyways, when you are ready, I am.
Alright, guys.
Well, let's go.
And just for a little bit of comedy, whoever goes down into the water first to ring the bell, they dive down to ring the bell, and because of water displacement, those of you who are still inside the bubble room suddenly get splashed as the water is forced up out of the tunnel and gets shot up like in a water park amusement thing. But you dive back down, get back into the bubble, and back the turtle up. That's unsuggestive. But you exit the coral building as, Bill Sims, he's just idly making chatter, seems a little bit nervously as he stops to grab a spear himself and what looks to be like a curved short sword that you recognize as being a Marasite.
Oh.
Yeah, even if you don't intend to fight that thing, it's good to be protected.
Yes. Although it will be mostly just so I can try to escape.
That's completely
I
understandable.
am not risking any of our sharks.
No. And
But
They wouldn't ask you to.
So,
As
just as a... I know you were busy running away from the damn thing, but, how big of a swarm are we talking?
it's hard to say because it shifts and moves in the moment. It's like trying to judge how big a school of anchovy is or something.
Oh, that's fair.
Not, although it hasn't got as big as like some of the anchovy schools I've seen. Those can be. Those are good fishing. Those are good hunting days. Anyways, so you start departing from the village again, as you gain like a crowd of Sahagin. Seemed word had spread as the group seemed there was an even larger crowd than when you had approached. As you depart and you see all these Sahagin, while it is a decently large crowd, it is definitely not as many people as either the Moonskill or the Rondo village. This town looks like it could hold maybe like, this is like maybe like a quarter of what this town could hold. But not everyone came out, so there's still people out and working and stuff, but still it's like not as much as you would expect from what was supposed to be their like city or their town center. But
yeah, their numbers are decimated.
Yeah. But as you depart, because you did see down in the Avalos Slayer, a lot of the sacrifices that they were using seem to be majority Sahagin for their blood rituals and stuff. So as you're departing from the village, following Delsin's order, he's pointing you off in a different direction than you came from. He guides you to another. This time it's not a cavern. This time it's an actual like rift that is in the reef wall. Seems like purposely grown that way. And it's an easier path. You don't have to worry. He says you don't have to worry about any clackers or working tools this way. But as you depart, Gray, I mean this in the best way. I have that PDF you're sending me these from.
Okay, that's fair.
And yes, why do you think I keep comparing the Mericians to the Atlanteans?
Fair enough.
But the so you leave through this like valley through the reef, and it's you don't have to do any survival checks this time because he's guiding you and he knows the easier paths. Even though they swim, they don't worry about it. He knows the paths that would probably be the best for a vehicle like this. But it still takes a while. You see the sun, the blurry orb in the water above moving across the sky as it takes about. It's slower than if you had all just been swimming, but about maybe like an hour later or so, and he goes, "Okay, we're near where we believe it has been roosting. There should be a shipwreck that is stripped down to its skeleton, or it seems almost looks like a whale skeleton, but yet with the mast still standing."
Any last minute advice?
Well, now that I look at the map, the mast aren't standing. I misremembered. He goes, it a. And he points to a cluster of like coral that's growing off in the distance. He goes, "That is the outcropping. There should be. If you circle around it, you will see what looks to be like a alcove with caves. That is where they have been hiding. Where you will see the skeletal ship."
Wait, hold on. You said there was like a second monster, right?
Sorry, say that a little bit louder.
You said there was like a second monster?
It's the
The shoal and Sahagin that have become blood frenzied.
Right.
He goes, "Oh yes, there are giant urchins as well."
oh, lovely.
Well,
They seem to scavenge whatever the shoals and our bloody kin don't devour themselves.
lovely.
They should be harmless as long as you do not get pushed into them. We use their spines for javelins sometimes. Which kind of seems to think about it, goes, which we may be able to provide to the village. To
Are
the
these, like,
surface villages.
Poisonous urchins?
Somewhat, but kind of looks at you and I. It's mostly to keep things from chewing on them. It's not for hunting. It is a deterrent. It will be irritating, but it won't be dangerous. Just it's more danger of being impaled.
Alright.
Are we ready?
Well, job ain't gonna get done any sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Any last minute preparations or anything? Spells you want to precast? Which he goes, I would suggest. Well, I would suggest you be careful, but, and I shrugs. You are facing a monster.
Don't worry.
And he's gonna slam the his fist together to cast armor bag of fist.
We've tackled
And-
bigger.
As you, it's like water from the sphere gets pulled in towards you to form that icy armor. And Delson kind of gives you this impressed look. He goes, "Oh, looks useful." Kind of reaches out, like feels one of those spines. He goes, "That is. I'm sure it will not enjoy that."
So we like right next to this thing, basically.
You will have to traverse a bit. He's not getting close enough. He says he will wait here. It's kind of like a.
Is
This
this
is
like,
the
picture
safe
without-
spot.
is this like
Yeah,
if I
picture
can't-
it without water. It's like he's up at the top of a hill, and he's directing you down a valley towards where there's the cluster of hills.
Okay, I was asking because will like a 1 minute duration spell last, or probably not?
No.
Okay, I was just checking to see because the only spells I can precast have pretty limited duration.
Yeah, fair. But you can't. You said you would have to like circle around it a bit, but you do have a familiar with the swim speed if you wanted to scout ahead.
Right.
Your swim speed isn't the best, but
She is also tiny and theoretically good at not being seen.
yeah, she'll just look like a tiny red fish.
Which
Yeah.
might attract the shoal anyways.
That's true. It does eat everything.
But, I mean, she's a familiar.
Yeah, but I don't have find familiar.
So what happens if Venture
Wait,
just
you do?
poofs?
No, I
You got
used
this-
the scroll.
You added No, that was you added it to your book and then cast it. That's how we.
Oh, you did let me add it to my book. Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's specifically why he left you a scroll of Find Familiar, because he knew you could add it to the Chromaticon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a chain pack familiar, but it's just like a regular like wizard type familiar.
And I shall send her forward.
Okay.
Be very careful.
Although, I have been thinking that once the island arc is done and you start sailing off, we might go to the updated 2014 or 2024 rules, not the 2014.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That'd be acceptable.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna miss being able to smite with every attack, but I understand.
But Ryan might be able to become a pack blade.
Yeah, I might be able to make my stuff even funkier.
Send your action economy even more into complexity.
It would be hilarious to just get a warlock who does nothing but collect all the different packs.
Collect them all.
No.
Don't tempt me, Raven.
I mean, Spoiler had both Pack Blade and Chain Pack with
There's
Pixel.
Blade, Tome, and Chain, but there's also, though they're not
Talisman.
updated, there's Pact of the Star, there's the Star fucking pendant, and then, what Pride Hearts picked up. Pact, I can't remember what its name is.
Yeah.
Talisman.
So,
That's right.
Venture.
Yes.
Do you want Venture to be quick or sneaky?
We're not in a rush, so she'll be sneaky.
Okay, then do a stealth check to start. This would be like zipping between the corals rather than swimming in the open water.
Ah, this might have been a mistake.
It's fine.
Venture's not the highest stats.
Okay.
See?
And then a perception check.
Wait, a bit better.
So, you'll sit there as Rand goes blind and sends Venture off as she's looking through. You send Venture off, she's zipping through the water. She has to zip away from some larger fish that look maybe a little bit hungry, like a lionfish. Or you even see like a barracuda kind of above, but she hides among some of the seaweed on the sea floor. But there is a moment where as she goes by, do a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no. Why are you doing this to me? Venture, no. Oh.
She flies right into a jellyfish.
Oh no.
Well, flies, swims into a jellyfish.
She dead?
No, it's just it tangles up with her. It's not like a super toxic one. I mean, there is like some toxin, but she's a tough little bird, and this doesn't seem like a super toxic one. It's probably just like like a minor sting to the rest of you, but it's not enough to like do damage, despite her small size. Because there was that moment where we were like, oh, there are jellyfish that size that would totally eat a fish her size. But she untangles and zips through, and you realize that there is like a cluster of these jellyfish kind of bobbing around, and she didn't notice them. But as you zip through, Venture does eventually see what looks to be a couple of fairly large urchins, like 10 feet across.
Oh.
As she zips through, and almost directly into it, she comes over this edge, and here, I'll put Venture down on the map to show, then move you to the map.
Okay. I'm sure there will be nothing concerning here whatsoever.
So she comes up over this like ridge and sees this smallish boat skeleton. Where
Okay.
from the looks of it, it really does kind of look skeletal. Where it's just this boat has been here for quite some time. But for the most part, it seems she doesn't really see it. She's not alone because there are like regular-sized fish kind of swimming around. There's crabs scuttling along the bottoms and lobsters.
Oh. Well, I can't control that intro, so.
Oh,
Destroy the child.
I put her down.
How high up is the,
So you do see what looks to be like a cavern here and a cavern here.
How high up is to the surface? How deep are we?
Probably about 70, 80, 90 feet deep. Depending.
Okay.
You gotta try to control water again.
No, that might be too deep. She's going, if there's trouble, she's going to dart to the surface where she can fly and they can't.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, you mean for Ventra?
Yeah.
Okay. So she sees this. There's really doesn't look like there's much of anything. But if you want to do like another perception check now that you're like looking around a specific area, or an investigation if you want to really have her like rover back and
I'm
forth.
gonna go perception. That is slightly not as worse. Whoa!
Wow.
She has
So-
a negative to everything except for. No, she has a negative to everything.
Do you want to? So, small spoiler. I used the Sturge stat block for Ventra.
Uh huh.
That's why she has the latch ability.
Yeah. You told me about what she
Yeah.
had built.
Yeah, like, sorry, she's a little squishy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Squishy little hummingbird.
Yes, and I love her and adore her. But oh no, Ventra, please do not die.
So she zips in. Where is she trying to investigate?
Honestly, let's see. You said there was a cavern here and up here.
One here.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
well,
those two darker areas.
she's gonna go and try and look without getting too much closer.
Okay. She zips in. It's very dark inside. She can't really. She has dark vision, but it looks like it twists a bit where she can't really see much at all unless she goes in. Does she advance?
Bad. Sure.
All right. Ambience. There's this merged sound. Oh, what's Venture doing?
She rolled a 1. I can't ask what she said.
Oh, actually, it's you would be out of range of being able to send her commands. You can still see what she's doing, so she would be following your last commands.
Oh no. Oh no, Ventra. The last
Wait,
command.
let me see how long that range is, because I think it's only like 100 feet you can send her commands. But you can like indefinitely view through her. Oh yeah, you can communicate with it telepathically if it's on 100 feet, but you can see through it. No. at a longer distance.
The last command would have been to look into that place she's currently going towards.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
She gets closer. The urchin doesn't really seem to pay attention to her. And she actually seems to get distracted as she realizes what it seems to be chewing on, as you realize it's chewing on what looks to be a large bone. As... Let's see. What's her AC?
No! Don't ask me that question! It's pitiful!
It's like 11 or something.
Time to Brennan Lee Mulligan this familiar.
11, yeah.
Well, that's funny because she suddenly feels like a displacement of water right next to her as she turns and sees this pair of Sahagin jaws chomp down with an attack roll of 9 right by her, missing.
Oh my god!
As she sees a Sahagin with like reddened skin around its face and hands begin trying to snap after her and then reach with her claws. So she's going. Let's see. What's your swim speed?
40 feet.
Okay, they have the same swim speed.
Oh god! All right. She is dashing away and heading.
You know what?
Towards...
Let's just do like a competing dex check.
Oh no! Ventra!
Oh no!
Oh, no, I'm not even rolling.
Do it, because
I mean, you can try. You might get a
another
crit.
20, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the last thing Ventra feels before your connection severed is a hand close around her.
No! Rayan fucking comes back to herself, and then she just darts off.
Oh boy.
Oh, fuck.
But you was Rayan like narrating what she was saying through?
Yeah, I'd say she was. She fucking takes off.
Yeah, I think Quiet Hearts. No, Ryoko, you have the fastest swim speed because you have the hook of the manta ray, I think.
Yep.
It's funny,
How
we haven't
fast
even
is
taught her
your
to swim
speed?
yet.
That's a very good question. Let's see if I wrote that down.
Oh,
Swim speed is
should be
60.
yeah, it should be under our handouts.
Yeah. Guard Hearts will take off after Rayan using the shield to pull them through the water.
Man, I should draw Ryoko a new swag eventually.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, because you have a swim speed of 40 with the shield.
Yep.
I have a swim speed of 40. Just
So they'll be able to keep
at a
up with
baseline.
Yeah,
It's
so
not Pacer.
yeah, Ryoko, you're able to catch up with Rayan if you want. As Rayan, you're swimming and you just see this large manta ray suddenly swoop down on you.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
It has been trying to save her.
What has Ventra? Give us some context.
Unfortunately, Rayan, you would know that she's no longer with you. She can be resummoned, you would know that from a familiar spell, but she is being discorporated.
This is the first time her familiar has died.
True.
She's not very logical.
Rational. Yeah, so Kuroto, Amon, Quiet Heart, not Quiet Heart, and Yuane, you're there back at the bell with the turtle, and it's like, well, this thing has got a speed of 30 feet. Let's get going.
Yep.
We start moving this thing.
Yep, so Ryoko and Rayan, you'd be able to get to the map first. Yeah, I should remove Venture from the map.
Rayan, unless you physically stop her, Ryoko, she does not stop. Or at least try to stop her.
Okay, can we at least wait for the rest to come? Like, we're rushing off alone into danger here.
They got Ventra.
Ryoko and Raina, as you approach, you would see a lone Sahagin just kind of swimming around, kind of looking around in confusion.
Sorry, guys.
Ran, where are you on the map? Because Ryoko is down here.
Putting myself down. Where's Ryoko?
And actually, Quiet Hearts, you would be there too.
Yep.
Because what?
Bottom right.
You'd be able to keep pace.
Where's the Sahagin?
Just the slow one over here by the cave.
Oh yeah, no, she's going at it.
We're just attacking some random stranger?
Okay, it's looking around but doesn't seem to notice you. It's like, it seems to be looking...
Sorry.
Yeah, it's like looking around, or like, as if it dropped something. So it's not really paying attention to you yet.
It's not a random stranger, it's one of the current Sahagin! Get out of my way!
I know that you're worried about your friend, but you need to think for a moment, because getting us all into a giant fuck situation is not going to be helping anyone.
Pew. Pew.
Loud and round. First time.
Got 60 swim speed, motherfucker. Let's go.
Don't. Get out of my way!
No, we're gonna do this smart.
I'm going to kill it.
Is this Rand who tries to keep control talking, or is this someone else?
This. Her eye, like, you know, she looks, like, you know, the eye darts around.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna do this smart. We're gonna do this civilized. Because that's the way you're gonna feel good about it when you're done.
Quiet Hearts will reach out and just gently tap Rayan's arm.
She flinches.
They don't say anything, they just gently tap Rayan's arm.
Yeah, but, like, you know, she flinches from the touch and, you know, once again that head snapping in that direction.
I could put a bubble on it.
I stealthily approach and hide behind this rock.
Yeah, you do.
This motherfucker.
Yeah,
This
it seems
fucking
like they're
fish
swimming
asshole.
around, like, looking through seaweed. They're, like, chasing, like, small fish. You see them grab what looks to be like a crab, shove it in their mouth, and then keep looking.
Do they look corrupted? Do they look like they're in a feral, violent state?
Yeah, they have no clothing. Like you saw a lot of the other Sahagin wore, the other Sahagin, they wore like seaweed kind of
clams.
Yeah, basically, you know, like they had clothing of a type. This does not, and you see around its face, it almost looks like if it was above water, like it was just splattered with blood, but you know that actually has to be the color of its skin if it's swimming around it and hasn't washed off.
And remind me, is there a way to uncorrupt these creatures once they've been corrupted?
Delsim and the Broodmother said no. It is. If anyone wants to do a history or a religion check, and I'd say I would allow this for anyone in the party since you were all kind of discussing this earlier.
Ryoko got out of my way, right?
Ryoko did get out of your way while you were talking to your good friend here.
Was not talking.
So
there was no speed.
Korono and Amon, you would have made it here by this point.
Okay.
So Ryoko, the short sword can't be... Okay, so you swim up and do this.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you can't throw
No. I'm a fucking assassin. I got the drop on him.
Yep. So,
Fucking.
there was something else that was going on before this. Oh yeah, if anyone wanted to do a history or religion check.
This is for. No, Ryan's not doing it.
Yeah, which, Corona, you can also do that, use your wisdom, being a cleric.
I'll just roll wisdom.
Oh, shit.
I'm not particularly equipped to do that, but I'll do a history check, sure.
I'll say, while this is going on, Ryan is darting after Ryoko.
Okay, well, hold on.
Okay.
Get your fishy tail back. Because Ryoko has made an attack. We're about to get into initiative. So hold on, let me see what total damage you did. So 6 plus 17, 23.
Yep.
Still alive, but you instantly bloodied it.
Mm-hmm.
As you swim up and stab it in the back with this glass short sword, which the glass almost seems to become like almost unseen in the water. It's that weird look that glass gets when submerged. But you stab into it and blood gushes out as it gives this shriek in the water. As Ryoko, you can hear from this cave a return shriek of Sahagin shouts, and then another one from this direction.
Well, I mean, it was this one way or another.
So, let's all roll initiative.
Ryan notoriously bad at initiative.
That sucks.
No, wait, I need to have the
Oof, that's rough, Ray, and you had to say something.
6. Natural 1.
Okay. This one. Okay. So, Ryoko, it is again your turn because you're at the top.
Nice. It still hasn't attacked yet, right?
No, it seems to be shocked, in shock from you attacking it like that.
Well, I have advantage on attack rolls, so I haven't taken a turn of combat yet.
Jeez.
Better not kill this fucker.
No.
What if she does?
Ryan's going to be upset.
Yeah, what if you do?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did since you said I bloodied it with the first attack, and this one's even more.
Yeah. How do you dispatch it? Because after stabbing it through the back.
All of this has been very precise. Like, these two attacks have both been very precise and surgical in the approach, to try and debilitate and neutralize it as quickly as possible. So
Yeah,
it's like a quick but deep slice to the throat.
Yeah. You stab it in the back where you hope the fishy heart is. Then you pull it out and stab from one gill out through the other side of the neck. And there is now a hefty amount of blood pooling around you. As you hear the Sahagin shrieks from the caves. What do you want to do now? You have movement and bonus action.
Whoop. That's my movement. Bonus action.
Okay, so you're once again hiding behind that rock next to this urchin, which now that you're close to it, you see what the Sahagin, what Delsun meant about them using the spines for like javelins or fishing spears. These things are long and sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Yawani, your turn. And so you can decide now which one of you three was driving. Although really anyone can take over on their bonus action. Although it can only move once per like turn cycle, so anyone can use their bonus action to move it.
Okay. If you want to move it forward right now.
Yeah, I'll use my bonus action to move the turtle forward.
Okay. Raid and Quiet Heart, you get in the bubble as Ioane carries himself, Amon, and Corono in on the turtle.
Where'd you say that cave was? Over here? Right?
Up here and here. Yep.
Alrighty.
You don't hear the shrieking, but you saw Ryoko dash away from it pretty quickly after dispatching the Hagen.
Alrighty.
I figured going with the track cephalopod would fit here.
Yeah, it does. It's also just a good track.
Mm-hmm.
Can either of you breathe underwater?
I
can
cannot.
only hold my breath.
Nope, cannot breathe.
So you'll need to stay
Underwater.
inside the bubble anyways.
Yeah.
Amon, you know that because of your special Marician sourced heavy crossbow, that can fire no problem through water. It's like
Yeah.
one of the few weapons that can.
I may not be able to breathe under the water, but I can go and shoot under the water. No
And
problem.
don't forget, you do have a Marician longsword, which would negate the disadvantage you would get if you like try to use your katana. If you did
Yes.
end up in water.
Cool. Well, nothing for it. Just gotta take a deep breath and head into the water.
Okay.
And that'll be full turn.
Okay. You want to hold your action to do anything?
No.
You could dash.
I could,
Yeah,
yes,
you could dash,
but
or you could hold your. You could hold your action to attack anything that approaches you.
I suppose so.
No, because that was just your bonus and your movement. So,
Yeah.
let's see. This Hagen in the cave. This cave. Let's see. Gruesome. As Ryoko and now Ioane, now that you're closer, you hear that ravenous shrieking. As tearing out of the cave, you see a pair of them immediately go for the other Sahagin that is dead and bleeding and just start feeding frenzy, tearing into it, the area filling with blood around them. Amon, your turn.
Oh boy.
They failed their blood frenzy save.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Oh
I
wait, no,
think-
that it would have to be both of them. Let me roll for the other one. Didn't do any better.
Did actually worse. Okay. I think as a bonus action, I am going to move the turtle forward.
Ioane already moved it for this round cycle.
Ah. I wasn't sure if I could do it too. Seeing that there's some...
Yeah, that's just to like balance it out.
I need to check something real quick. I need to see if I am in range. Been a second since I've looked at... Oh, I'm plenty within range. What am I worried about?
Yeah, heavy crossbow's got some range.
Yep. So I just crank a shot back and bada bing, bada boom.
12 misses.
Second
Well,
attack.
you don't miss. You hit this one. You hit the dead one.
Ah, fair enough.
But you do hit with that second one. Which one are you aiming for?
Let's go for the one I'm furthest away from Ione, the one on the left.
Okay, this one?
Yep. And it's just like, oh, okay. A little bit off on the aim. Let me just...
14 damage, nice.
And I think...
They don't even notice the first crossbow bolt, even though it almost hits them, sinking into their companion that they're eating. But the other one hits, and that does get their attention as they look over and see Ioane.
Yep, and that's going to be my turn for now.
Okay, Quiet Hurts.
Alright. So I got a 40-foot swim speed. I can get up to here. Say hello to Ione. And as a bonus action, I'm going to flat my happy ass down here and smack it.
You penguins swim through the water with your wings.
Makes sense? No. Hilarious? Yes. Smacky.
It makes perfect sense.
No, that hits.
I hope it does.
Okay.
Smacky 2. 16.
Yep.
What?
Ooh, almost took it out.
Such is my curse. End of turn.
Actually, no, that might be setting a precedent. I was like, you know, because of your mechanic with your morning shirt, you know, how it absorbs water from a crit, or blood from a crit, it's like, wait, no, that would be too powerful to allow that just underwater.
Yeah.
The ice requires the spite of a crit to activate.
I gotcha. It's like, no, this is a very water-heavy setting, don't do that.
Ahmad, do you want me to move us closer with my bonus?
Oh, you can't until the next round.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not till the next round. I try to do it my turn too, no worries. So.
And,
the turtle may have been fixed up, but it's still a turtle.
Yeah, it's not a racing vehicle.
Racing turtles.
There's these models are specifically meant for like cargo moving and stuff.
There's not actually a lot I can do, so I'm just gonna go ahead.
Summon lightning, that'd be funny.
Yeah, that would be great. I'm just gonna spiritual weapon. I'm gonna put it as close as I can, which is basically here.
Okay.
Can't do anything, but it'll be able to move closer next turn.
All right. And it is. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's basically all I can do.
Okay, so it is the other Sahagan's turn. They rolled a 9.
That natural one suck.
Let's see. This group. Yeah. First from here. And then they're going to, let's see, one closest. Okay, it resists and is going to go dash here, and dash here. This one falling out of the bubble. Ryan, your turn. Actually, quiet, Ioane. Because one of them approached you you would be able to smack one, take an attack.
Oh yes, thank you for reminding me.
That hits. 8 damage. Okay, so yeah, as it rushes in, you greet it with the spear, the harpoon. Okay, Ray, now it's your turn.
Oh boy.
These blood Sahagin are rushing out in force, it seems.
They are, but
But still no sign of the Black Shoal.
no. Did I see where Ryoko went?
Her stealth was very high. You saw her
Okay.
kind of like disappear in like this area. She's probably hiding around coral or something.
Okay.
You're just not quite exactly sure.
But
You see Quiet Heart's right up in the midst of the others, though.
I do see the one that I'm pretty sure ate Ventra. Well, he's
And-
its corpse now, but
Yeah, it is partially eaten now by the others.
is it this one?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, she can reach that with a dash.
Oh boy.
Yep. And this is gonna be gross. I'm sorry.
She's gonna fight them for the food.
Kinda. Can I do an intimidation on them?
Sure, but it will be with disadvantage. They're in a blood frenzy.
Noted.
Or, well, feeding frenzy. Blood frenzy is an ability.
18.
Okay. They seem to... It's kind of a combination intimidate, although Quiet Hearts probably didn't intend for it, but having two figures rush up is kind of, then, makes them stack, like, pull back. They're no longer, like, shoving their faces full of their friend. So,
Yeah.
they're like, oh shit, threat.
Yeah, she grabs the body.
It has a crossbow bolt in it. Or no, wait,
Yeah.
the other one got shot with the crossbow bolt.
Oh.
No, wait, it did have... Yeah, no, they both got shot. That's right. Amon missed the living one.
That's turn.
Okay.
I used my
Uh,
action to dash. Can't do anything else.
Yep. Let's see. Hold on, let me just... I feel a sneeze building, and it's driving me crazy. Oh, geez, sorry, that was... It was like one of those ones I could just feel like it was building, but it's just like, come on, it hit me already. Stop it.
Yeah, those suck.
Just get it over with. I hate
Yeah,
it when
but
they
listen.
stop. When they don't come and they just stops. That
Yeah.
sucks.
Well,
Feels like a wire's crossed in your brain.
I'm not a fish, so
You
I'm
sure?
gonna shuriken this guy
Okay.
with stealth. So I have advantage.
Alright.
Well, not the best, but it did
15
something.
damage. Yep.
You know what I'm gonna do after that?
Okay. You will probably have to reposition yourself, because you kind of you
Yeah.
reveal yourself when you attack, but...
Yeah. Where is a good hidey place? Maybe I don't. Yeah, I
Well,
fuck
it could
I'm
be
not exposed.
circling around to the other side of the rock.
You can just wiggle around.
Yeah, that's still a 18 still a good roll. Yeah, you're using Quiet Hearts to shield yourself.
Thank you.
They're big,
Appreciate
flashy with wings. Well, occasionally with wings. You want it? You have 2 Bloodsahagen right up in your face.
Yes. Now I'm gonna take the calm and reasonable reaction.
Gonna rage?
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's time to be calm and reasonable.
that is the common reasonable reaction.
You don't know if they're intimidated or just thinking, ooh, more meat.
Probably the second one.
I mean, I rolled an 18.
Well, you were intimidating these 2. The other 2 were you spent past the other 2.
Fair.
27 hits. Are you hitting the same one you hit first?
Yes.
Okay. Both hit. Okay, yeah, that's definitely enough to take out that one. That's over 32 damage, right? Yeah. But you spear that one.
Yep.
Anything else?
No.
I'll let you move. So, it's Hagen's turn. The one that you went after, quite hurts, is going to. Is it bloodied? Oh yeah, it's almost dead. So it gets 3 attacks: 1 bite, 2 claws. And do you have all your hit points?
Yes.
Okay, so it wasn't at advantage, but still, I guess doesn't matter.
Oh, it's going to be advantage after that.
Because 18 and 23. They have Blood Frenzy.
23 hits, obviously.
Oh, right, the 23, but the 18 doesn't. So you take the 5. Right, because 18 is not enough to hit you. And then this one, intimidated by Rayan, zooms over and is going to attack Whitehurts.
Fuck.
It is not bloodied. Close, so it only gets the 2 attacks, but they are at advantage.
Not that it needs it.
So 12 damage.
Come on.
And Amon, your turn. Oh, sorry, what was that?
I said just hang on, there was a lot of numbers flashing.
Oh, sorry.
There's 12 total, you said?
Yeah, 12 for the second Hagen, 15 for the first one.
Yeah.
You okay there? Quite hurts.
Yeah.
And Amon, your turn. You have this one just popped into your bubble.
This one popped into my bubble. Okay, this is fair. Bonus action, I move the turtle.
Okay. Which way?
Towards the other person who needs to breathe, Ione.
I just.
Oops, I forgot to highlight both of you when I did that.
That's fine.
Yes.
Is it Ioane? Ione?
Yo-wa-ne.
Ioane, yeah, that's what I thought.
Hey, Yowane.
Yowane. And then I'm gonna look at this nasty fellow who popped in the air bubble and is probably really confused where the water went. And we're just gonna, say hi.
So the second one hits. 11 piercing.
And that'll be my turn.
Alright. And quite hurts.
So, yeah, Carter's is just in a cloud of blood as these things rip through their armor. And, they're hitting back.
This one's barely swimming.
Yeah, I don't have a really choice but not to try and hit that one, so... 19 on the
That hit.
barely living... Of course
Oh, yeah, that had 3 HP, so you...
Of course they roll really good on that one, bitch. Anyways, swinging at the second one now.
That hits.
Good. Good. I'm gonna throw a smite on that.
Okay.
What level of smite do I want to do? You know what? Let's just go level 2 sounds fun.
So 3d8.
Wow.
That is definitely enough.
Cool. You see these
You
things?
hit it.
Sorry.
That's right, go ahead.
Yeah, so you see these things absolutely savage quiet hearts, and then just the next 2 hits just smash the other one, just the first one's head into its rib cage, and the second one just the next hit like comes from underneath like the backswing and just snaps the head back. Just
yeah, you, like you smack it back, gouging it with the spikes of the Morning Star. The head snaps back, and then like a delayed explosion, the smite hits it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those 3 are out. Hirono. You see 2 left.
This one here is gonna get my secret weapon.
Okay.
Smack him in the face. Hopefully. Secret weapon, please. Oh.
Yep.
There you go.
Oh.
I can tell my brother got home. I can hear the puppies.
So can I.
It sounds
It's not a.
It sounds distorted.
It's not a nice sound. It sounds like.
It sounds fucking
No,
distorted.
I don't know what it is about their lineage, but it's the rat terrier and his rat basset son. They can't bark like normal animals. So, basset hounds have their whoo mixed with the rat terrier's shrieking. It gets weird.
It
The
sounds
sister
like,
was even worse.
It sounds like an aggressive inhale.
But 24 does hit, yeah. It very neatly hits.
Give him a good
11.
smack.
Okay.
And in this one, I'm gonna Sacred Flame.
Alright, so dex save, I believe.
Yes.
6.
Take that 12 damage.
Nice. There's this shriek as the radiant flames. That almost look like it's more like lightning crackling across it. I get hit with that. Anything else, movement or anything?
No, I'm pretty comfortable on my turtle right here.
Okay, so this Sahagin, you want to... Oh wait, yeah, you have full HP and you have the Armor Vagathus.
Yes,
It only
I do.
gets 2 hits. It's going to try to bite. 15.
I believe 15 misses. 24 hits.
Okay. And it takes 15
Cold.
damage. Yeah, it tries biting you. You kind of pull out of the way, but then it slashes across as the ice just shatters into it like a shrapnel. It damaging it pretty heftily. And then this one, gonna go here. Not underneath the turtle, but it was on the map before the turtle token, so
We got it.
moved. There it goes. So it's going to make a bite at Amon and a claw at Corona. Just throwing itself at the 2 of you. So bite for Amon.
The claw will hit me, yeah.
Oh no, the
That's
claw
good.
that was against the 24 was against UI.
Okay.
So the 24 bite was against Amon. Then the claw against you is a crit fail.
That won't fail. That won't hit me then.
So Amon, you take 8 piercing damage as it bites you.
Ow.
He tries to flail at Corona. Let's see. And at initiative 3, but what's your dex, Ryan? 14?
My dex is
The
14, yeah.
Yeah. So it beats you because it has a dex of 13. There's like a
Wait.
shadow that seems to pass
It has a
above
dex
you.
of 13?
No, 16 on my end.
Okay.
Did I say 13?
Yeah.
It sounded like, which is why I was confused.
No, that's what you said. It was just confusing for them. Like, it
No,
beats
shoot,
you
I don't
'cause
know
its
why I
dex is
said
low.
13. No, 16. The yeah, its dex is 16. So this will actually go before you, as it's like a dark shadow seems to cross above you, almost like a cloud. As you realize what you thought might have been like a passing school of just simple fish seems to condense above you, and then as if moving with one intent, this dark swarm comes racing down.
Ha! Oh no.
Oh no.
I will add it to the initiative at 3.
Piranha.
Whoa, that's not.
Initiative
3016.
3016.
I meant to put 3.16.
Initiative God.
Initiative 3000 sounds like a band.
Yes.
It does.
Opens up for Powerman 5000. So, the Black Shoal. Rain, you have all your HP right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you're still in the water, grabbing the Sahagin. What were you trying to do with it? Now that there's no other Sahagin that were...
Yeah, I think
It was
we
about to
need
be your turn. So
Yeah.
as you go to take a bite, you see a small black fish dart in and like tear out a chunk and rip past. But then you feel, you realize as the darkness descends on you, this does not have advantage because you have all your HP. So hold on, I gotta.
It doesn't really matter. My AC is bad.
I got to edit this so I can ask for the option. Hold on, sorry. Oh, it's always roll advantage, so I'll just leave that on. Feeding frenzy. Oh, damn it, hold on. Sorry.
You're good.
This thing, if it's not going, let's see. Feeding frenzy. Oh, come on, it's not showing it to the...
It's fine.
So, I'm sorry, does a 21 hit?
Of course it does.
Okay, why aren't you rolling damage, you little fucker?
The fish are being difficult.
Okay,
They
here.
are.
Yeah, I'll just use the thing. So that was a hit, so I'm sorry, Rayan.
It's fine.
Holy-
I've been wrong.
What the fuck?
Balls.
You just suddenly feels like you are suddenly in a blender as this swarm descends on you, ripping and tearing and just gnawing and biting and partially
Ow.
devouring the Sahagin around you as well. And
Okay.
it swims past. You do get an attack of opportunity. You as well, Quiet Hearts.
Sure.
'Cause it does not have swim by.
Nah.
Nope. You have Warcaster.
No.
Ran.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
So you slap it.
Does that hit?
What's your strength score?
0.
Okay, so yeah, you hit it. I mean, it doesn't have the best AC because it's a school of fish. So you do 1 damage. You slap one of the fish, and it kind of gives you this indignant look as it swims past.
She doesn't slap it. She bites it.
Yeah, you like tear some scales away from it, and it has that same. You know, how, like something. You know, while there are some things that taste very different from how they smell, this does have a fiendish taste to it, like a demonic taste to it.
Okay.
These are definitely not natural. But it's now your turn after you just got chewed upon.
I mean, this isn't wise, but I'm going to do it. Where did it go?
Please do not get in between me and the fish swarm. I need a line.
Okay, where are you? All right, there. Fine, it's fine.
And you're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
pull a
fine.
Jetta.
What?
You're gonna pull a Jetta.
What do you mean pull a Jetta?
Suicidally rushing in against something that really fucked you up.
That's just Nora.
She's
Okay, pulling a Nora.
she's not doing great.
Not all of your characters are as sturdy as Zoe.
The Krobos won't do this. I'm casting. Oh God.
Can't believe all of these fish are equipped with the sword of Kilrayan.
Vampiric touch.
Just what their teeth are made out of.
Oh, fuck.
Vampiric touch. 11 unfortunately misses.
Oh my God! I have the natural 20.
You are still concentrating on it though, so you can attempt it the next turn if you want. But these seem to like just swim right out of reach as you reach for it. They don't have the highest AC, but unfortunately an 11 is just not high enough. Sorry.
Oh.
Back to the top.
No.
Oh, pinnacle. 15 hits.
1. Must be 1. 2.
Well, 1 because resistance to cold.
Fuck me.
That is what they're doing, yes.
Ryoko, your turn. You just saw Raya just get pieces torn off of her and then go chasing after the thing that nearly ate her.
I don't think I'm super good. I used my razor trout, so I can't do that. Fucking, I'm gonna just, well, actually. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Cloak of the Manta Ray. Just gonna get here. I've got advantage because we're flanking.
Dang.
Damn!
That's definitely enough. More than enough.
Alright. And then for my bonus action, I'm gonna sidle up to this fucker. I'm not going near the giant school of fish.
Okay, so you dash over there.
Yep, I don't think I can do much of a giant school of fish. I'm gonna take care of the mooks and hope that someone who is better at killing a bunch of fuckers at once can take care of the giant school of fish.
Alright, you'll want it. There is one surviving Sahagin between you and Ryoko now, but...
Make your attack of opportunity as he swims away from the Sawagan.
You still have temp HP, right?
Yes, I do.
You know what? Hold on. Yeah, it's smart enough. It, like, reaches back to swipe at you, sees its mangled arm, is like, then turns to look at Ryoko. You fucked it up with that, the ice last time.
Good.
So, you swim over there? 23. I keep opening the Blood Sahuagin's sheet. Oh, yeah. 23 and 15 hit. Now, The harpoon's not technically magic, right?
It is not.
Okay, so it reduces the piercing damage to half. So,
Yeah, noticing that Rayan is getting fucked over by the fish, he's gonna fucking get over there.
Yeah, she's
Hold on, little bunny. This is like my whole job.
a little bunny.
You are a little buddy.
Little buddy. I think it's little bunny.
it sounded like Buddy for a second.
You are not a sea bunny, I don't think. No.
I mean, there might be some.
So now all I can imagine is a tideborn getting so angry and high pitched while they squeal, they just turn into a sea bunny.
Oh, have you seen sea bunnies?
Yes, I have.
So cute.
The mythical sea bunny.
Just the screeching becoming more high pitched as they just shrink.
As they turn into a corn cob.
So, Iwate, that's your turn. Those Sagan are dead. Amon, your turn. There's one Sahagin left here, but there are the swarm here.
I'm gonna take a... Does Sahagin look like it's gonna stand much longer, or does Ryoko got it?
It's definitely bloody, but it's not like on last legs.
We'll have to have a swarm.
I'm a paladin. I can't hit that from here with my stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is why you say to the turtle, "Drive me closer. I wish to hit them with my sword."
Besides, I can do this to help you out.
Okay, that hits.
And I'm going to add on my branding smite, because why not? I haven't used that this combat yet.
Indeed, you haven't.
What level do I want to do it at? What levels do I have? I don't remember.
I will say it probably won't require a high level.
Yeah, we'll just do a level 2. Lowest I can do.
5 damage? Okay. So now it is barely looking on its legs. Like it's barely standing.
Excellent. But he's still alive.
Yep.
So we're just gonna... Oh, I used the old longsword. That's why that's not rolling like I'm used to. Bada bing, bada boom.
Oh, okay. Same roll. Same rolls.
It's funny.
On both sides. Okay, now it's dead.
There you go. Amon just slashes it out of the way and he's like, I'm not getting close to Kurano. We both know what's gonna happen here.
Speaking of, Corrado. Unless you wanted to move some more bonus action.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, nobody's in that range. So
Now,
I'd like the swarm to...
I will say... hold on, let me see.
Yeah, I know swarms have fucking weird shit about saving throws.
Now, because you're... I'm guessing you're using the lightning bolt?
Yeah.
Okay. Rayan and Yowane, because they're close enough within conductive water,
Yay!
you will also have to roll.
I'm getting electrocuted again.
But it's... They get a bonus to their rolls because they are not directly into it. They are still, you know... Okay.
Do you guys want me to not do that?
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Rayan, you
Do it.
succeeded. Because this is from the DC of the pole arm, right? Which is, I think, 15?
Yeah.
Okay.
I failed.
Let's see. Unfortunately, being a demon, it does have magic resistance.
I got
Fine.
it.
But it
I am
fails.
using my my
Channel divinity.
channel divinity to make it just automatically do max damage, which I believe
it
is...
failed even with advantage.
36, I think.
For a basic level lightning bolt. Let me see. Or it should say in the weapon, in the item.
It does 3d something. Let me see. 3d 66 lightning damage. So max on that would be.
Okay, 36, and then half would be 18 because it is resistant.
Yep.
You take the full hit. Rayan, you take the half. You take 16. No, 18.
I did ask if you guys wanted me to not, so.
What was the full damage?
A lot.
36.
All right.
And
I
you do absorb some of
retroactively
it from your armor bag of this. And I'm being nice and saying Rayan isn't in the shrapnel range of that.
No, fuck me up. Oh.
No.
Don't fuck me up.
Sorry. What was the number again? My brain is
36.
small.
No,
36.
Yeah, 36.
36 minus...
Bonus action, gonna move my spiritual and try to smack him with that too.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay, yeah, it passes through the swarm.
Good job. I knew you'd fuck up sometime.
How much lightning damage do I take?
18.
18, because you... Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, it's a lightning bolt in an underwater fight.
Oh no, I need to make a con save.
That is why I asked if you guys wanted me to do it or not.
Yeah, no.
Okay, you maintain it.
Yeah, cool.
Poor Iwate. Everyone in the party's electrocuting him.
He's used to it at this point.
I'm gonna say that Corono shared a look with both of you, and you're just like nodded at her.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan is not here right now.
Yeah, quite hurts. Your turn. Unless you want anything else you want to do for movement or anything.
I believe that I'm pretty good on this turtle.
Okay.
So,
Quite
happy 40-foot swim speed go gets me beside Rayan, and like they reach out, and there's a gauntleted hand that just wraps around Rayan's wrist, and just an intense searing pain will just erupt through her body as happy
Power pain.
well, 25 HP is granted to her.
Pretty
But
good.
like,
Cool. She screams.
remember how they heal?
Yeah. She screams. Was it 25?
Yep. 25.
Oh god, the way Quiet Hearts heals is the same way Marcel does in Dungeon Meshi.
Essentially, but kind of worse.
Yeah. It is a scream.
And there's the soft, I'm sorry. And that's basically all I can do until my rules are updated and I can heal as a bonus action.
Alright. Then, for that, it is going to swarm you and Rayan.
Mm-hmm.
Can't whelm the space of Iwate being a large creature at the moment. But it can only make one attack, and it is going to... You're both injured, right? Quiet Hearts, you've been injured, right?
Yep.
You know, I'm going to flip a coin. For it. Let's see. Quiet Hearts, your odds. Alright, Rayan.
Oh my god. I'm going to,
Does a 13 hit?
Oh my god, it doesn't!
Yeah, it rolled a 12 and a 13 with
Oh
advantage.
my god!
I don't know why it's only whispering to me. Something messed up with its character sheet, even though I have it toggled to be public.
It's usually a toggle on the sheet somewhere, but yeah.
Yeah, and I have it toggled for public. But it's just
It's
whatever.
just Roll20 just being stupid, which isn't like a shock or anything.
I think it's probably just something to do with not something that got bugged with the update or something.
Mm-hmm.
But But it is going to swim above the bubble.
Okay, attack of opportunity.
Yeah, the three of you get attacks of opportunity.
Since I am concentrating on it, can I attack of opportunity?
Not without Warcaster.
But it's a touch spell.
It's still a spell, sadly.
No. Natural 1. Oh my god.
Vana, you do hit. Let's see, so 10 damage. And it is officially bloodied. So you do see that it is like you are managing to wipe out portions of it with every damage you do, and it seems it's not as dense as it once was.
Yeah, that means less mouths to attack us.
Ryan, your turn. It seems this thing has like a swim speed of 60.
Yeah, really, it's just out of my fucking reach.
And it is like just above the bubble.
Well.
I wonder if somehow if we could force it into the bubble, what would happen to all those fish?
It would flop.
You ever see Piranha 3D?
Sadly.
I do have control water.
Which one was the one where they fly?
Oh wait, that's right. I have control water too.
Flying was Piranha 2 and
Piranha 2.
It's Piranha 1, Piranha 2, 3D, and 3 double D.
That's right.
I just don't want to use it because I know that it would kill this encounter.
Well, actually,
Now remember, you're faster in water than you are in the bubble.
yeah, but I can only make 40 feet, not 60.
Yep. Although if you drop into the bubble, because depending on where you're at, there might be falling damage, because it goes 25 feet tall at
I'm
the
not
highest.
falling into the bubble.
Yeah. I was just giving you that warning.
Actually, you know what? I can do this. It's not much, but...
You still have spells.
Boiling Grasp.
Okay, straight save. 19.
Fucking hell.
Half damage?
No damage.
Ah.
This is just not my encounter.
It's a swarm. They fuck things up.
It's kind of ironic that the fish can't fight a fish.
That's why you send a
It's
sailor.
a bunch of small fish acting together to be the bigger fish.
That's turn.
That's what Rayan is, too.
Yeah. Ryoko, your turn. There's a fish above, there's the school of fish above you all. And it's looking down at you all, and that might be a little concerning.
Poor Zion. Just keep firing.
Is 12 hit?
Unfortunately, no.
All right.
They have an AC of 13.
Cool. She knows how to retreat when she needs one.
Of course, she's a rogue. You want to? Unless you had a bonus action you wanted to use.
Nope, I'm good.
Gonna have to dash.
No.
Okay, then at the end of your turn, I think you shrink down. Oh, wait, no, you made that attack of opportunity, so I'll be nice and say you keep that up.
Alright.
Because if you hadn't made that attack of opportunity, yeah, your rage would fade from not taking damage or attacking someone.
Yeah.
Come on. This has become something of a 3D battle.
Fire at will.
They should be able to shoot it.
BRB, if my turn goes, have him on attack with the katana and smite with them. You know what? While he's BRB'd, I will BRB too.
Yeah.
Be back in a second.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that lightning bolt, but it's literally the only thing I had.
Oh, that's fine.
Do it.
Oh, you're good. I'm annoyed at my on being unable to do anything.
I know how that feels.
Okay.
At.
Swarms.
Admittedly, I've had 4 beers today, so...
If it comes to it. Hey, TT.
Hmm?
How do you feel about inter-character, like, combat?
If you attack Ryoko, she is not going to hold back.
Noted.
Just so you are aware.
Yeah, yeah.
I always knew this would happen.
Like if you want to go there, I'm willing to go there. But like, in character, if one of her friends turns on her, she is not going to go back. She's not going to hold back.
I hear ya.
Yeah, because she's always prepared that, see, nobody actually likes me.
But, like...
They were just waiting to kill me.
Sorry, what happened? This would be a thing?
Well,
Took her kill.
I took Rayan's kill.
Oh, I missed that. Sorry, I was BRB'd.
Yeah, Ryan was, on the warpath at the Sahagin that killed Ventra.
Okay, I'm back. Is Greybeck?
Don't think so.
Afraid not.
Okay. So he can't technically reach up there with this katana, so I'm just gonna have him take pot shots with his crossbow.
Shoot her.
Unless he has a...
The bow does
yeah.
have a cone effect, but I'll leave that for him to do it sometime. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. What's half of 21?
10.
Yeah. Okay. Corona, your turn.
I'm trying to aim something.
You're redneck fishing.
Yeah, I'm gonna aim it so it'll only hit the swarm and not Yuane. And I'm gonna hit it with a shatter.
Okay. Con save, right?
There we go.
Yeah, con save. Right. Okay. So has advantage, but
That darn devilfish.
Yeah, it passes. 18. But
It's still gonna take the
half.
half.
are you
So.
upcasting it or doing it at the base?
Oh yeah,
second?
I'm gonna upcast it. I'm just looking to see what spell slots I've got to do that with. Yeah, I'll upcast it to 4th level.
Yeah, I'm on. If you wanted to move, you can.
Nah, I'm good.
So 5d8 basically.
Let me see. Yeah, but I rolled it, so.
So 40 damage total, reduced in half to 20. Nice.
Damn.
Now, funny thing about using a shatter underwater next to a bubble. Bubble pops.
Fuck.
I cast it over here, so
Because it was like right above, like just above the bubble itself. It's still like a ripple effect through the water.
seeing how far I can get my other thing real quick. Just let me get this moved. There we go. That's as far as I can go.
Okay, so the bubble has collapsed. Amon and Chrono, you are suddenly in the water as it crashes down. You know what? Just for fun, do dexterity or strength saving throws. Your choice on those. Let's see if you get washed down prone from the sudden weight of the water crashing down.
Okay. If I'd known this was going to happen, I wouldn't have done it, so...
It's a learning experience. Plus, it's just funny. Yeah, Amon, you're able to secure yourself, kind of hide underneath the turtle's head to block the majority of the hit, but Chrono, you get knocked onto your back onto the turtle. So, quite hurts.
Alright, so lovely 40 feet of swim speed gets me here, and I'm going to bonus action flippity flat to the other side of the fish swarm. You can't get advantage in swarms, can you?
Doesn't make sense that you could.
Alright, I'm just checking. Doesn't matter then. I'm going to swing at it. Hit. Nope. Hit.
Nope.
There we go.
That does.
Well, and I'm going to smite it. And I've already decided to smite it, so it's just for clarity's sake.
And it is a demon, so it gets the extra.
Alright, that's what I was asking. So, yeah, this and boom. Really? I feel like,
use some math here.
I feel like that's not rolling correctly.
Yeah, 1 asterisk 2.
I don't know what that's about.
How'd you input it?
It's just a
My
normal
upcast looks like 2.
It's just a normal spell. Just input it as a normalized spell.
Yeah, it's the same way for the upcast thunder for Chrono's shatter.
It just looks weird.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess
Well, 20 being more funny, I guess. But
it just looks weird.
That's still a very powerful hit.
Yep.
How do you want to do this?
Yay!
Holy shit. So, they basically, I'm going to say just for flavor's sake, they use the sudden rush of water to pull them, through. And basically just, they kicked off the rocky shelf and that the rush of water pulls them forward. They basically just dive in the middle of the swarm as a swing and just a kind of a big burst of radiant energy as a big sonic boom goes off and just ripples through the entire swarm.
Like a radiant death charge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, yeah, it follows Corrados and you just zip in there and shatter whatever cohesion these had. And they seem to be... Yeah, the radiant damage was really what did them in. Because, yeah, if you hadn't put that smite on there, they would have survived. Yeah, it's like you just shatter them and these fish go scattering. Not alive, they begin to burn underwater with that, like, fully radiant flame.
Oh, good, get rid of them.
Because you did see as you were fighting them, the ones that did die did become like that sludgy mass that kind of sinks pretty heavily to the silt floor. You know, like typical demonic deaths. but now these are like burning away. It's weird seeing water, this radiant fire burning underwater.
Are we out of combat?
Yep.
Okay.
I
Amon
mean, unless
and
Ryan
Toronto.
starts going blood frenzy.
You see Ryan like.
I was joking.
Hold on. Swim down towards you two, and at first it's like she, it looks like that's what's happening, but she like slams herself into the bell.
Okay.
To ring the bell.
Okay, yeah, that will. You ring the bell, and the water gets pushed out again.
Ringing the bell commands you.
She clings to the bell.
Okay.
The Black Shoal has been defeated. It probably should have boosted the HP a bit, but that felt.
No, you're good. It was fine.
No, you're good. You're good.
Summon a second Black Shoal.
It didn't even get to bite Amon.
It took almost half my HP in one shot.
Amon stayed in the bubble where it couldn't get him.
Yeah. Ryan, the Shoal does 10d6 at full health.
Fuck.
It only has one attack, but it's a lot of teeth.
So, Bubble's back. Whitehearts is getting in the bubble, getting out of the water.
Yep, and you want to shrink down.
Can you not?
I can't move the urchins, but you do see the closest one is like going after some of the Sahagin.
How fast are these urchins?
Surprisingly.
Not very fast. Hold on.
Blazing fast at amazing 1 foot per hour.
Yeah, like how fast does an urchin actually go?
Not fair.
Because all I can imagine now is an underwater western where an urchin blows by like a tumbleweed.
Oh yeah, definitely. Sorry, my brother is yelling at me through the door.
If one gets caught in like a swell, probably, but normally they're like on slug speed. They're not going anywhere fast.
Yeah. So in the Meldrick game, the street urchins, the kids, were called urchins because they would pick up the land urchins and throw them with their slings at people.
Oh god.
Because Meldrick being so
misdemeanor.
fucked up, there were land urchins that would just scoot around the surface chewing on like wood and stuff, and they were real pests.
Fun.
I imagine that's a problem somewhere in this setting too.
Oh yeah. Actually, that's a problem for people who grow up stuff out of coral, because starfish and urchins, if they become too populated, they can really devastate coral.
Mm-hmm.
How do you destroy the ball of spikes? You can't.
Apparently, urchin's very tasty. I've never had it though.
It, like, the best way I can describe it is like if crab meat was gummy. Which can sound, on a surface level, worse than it is.
Yeah.
But it's
I've seen it, I've seen it prepared and stuff, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, but anyways, you have defeated the Black Shoal. You've cleared up. You don't see any more blood Sahagin, and if they're anything like regular sharks, any that were nearby would have smelt this amount of blood and probably have shown up by this point.
Okay.
So you feel pretty confident that you've handled this problem. That's not like DM speak for it's like, oh, you missed something. That's straight up quest marker checked off.
I gotcha.
Perfect. Well, I suppose we should probably get back. Let them know we got it taken care of.
I'll be happy to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Does
Now, you
anybody
can
need
take
to
a
do?
short rest here if you need. But
Yuka's gonna try and pocket some of these fish to see if we can figure out what the fuck went wrong with them.
as you find some of the ones that didn't get burned away by Quiet Heart's smite, you realize that as you pick them up, they start to fall to pieces in a very familiar way as you've seen like dead quasits and imps and other fiends. These seem to have been purely, or at least so fiendish, that they can't maintain a physical form after death. So you can pocket some of the sludge, but just looking at it, it's not going to be very pleasant to unpocket it later. You know, you could, you know, if you want, you can do an investigation just to like inspect them while they're still intact, or like partially intact, because they are dissolving fairly quickly.
Alright, let's keep a couple intact ones just because. Good to figure out what the fuck went on with these.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're not going to be intact for much longer.
There's no way to preserve them?
You don't have. You haven't researched how to preserve fiendish bodies. And
Well,
like I said, these are breaking apart. Do an intelligence check or like an investigation.
investigation I might actually be good at.
Oh, damn.
Well,
If anyone else wants to do like an intelligent, you can either do Arcana or Religion.
Sure, I'll do a religion on these fish.
You see Ryoko looking stumped as she's trying to pick up these dissolving fish.
I think those dice rolls were just telling the players, like, no, the character herself is like, I don't want to touch these. These are fiends. They're gross.
Okay,
I
Quiters,
haven't wanted
you actually know-
religion.
You've seen these. You've not personally seen these, but you've heard of these discussed in like the bestiaries back at the oyster and
You've
stuff.
probably seen them all, like in the nearby waters, since the coast around that area is fucked.
Yeah, that where the island of the church is, that was pretty heavily affected by the Ruby Empire, which probably led to the kind of isolationist outlook of the church in the first place. But yeah, there's a lot of fiends in those waters, so you definitely know these. These are not native. These are specifically from the abyssal seas.
Gotcha.
They are invasive, and they are typically summoned to be, from what you heard, to be terror weapons to be unleashed at the seas, because they can chew through wooden holes just as easily as they tore through flesh.
Gotcha.
They are meant to sink ships and devour the entire crews.
Okay. It's, they will confer, not all of that, but like, they are demonic imports from the Abyssal Sea. They do not belong here.
And this is about the same size of ones you've seen yourself. They don't, they can't fly or anything. They're kind of stuck in the water. They are able to jump, flop and jump with surprising speed and aim. So even if they get out of the water, you've heard of them leaping and attacking people just out of sheer spite, which kind of, you got the vibe that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to jump down on everyone if you hadn't detonated them.
Mm-hmm.
But the church has said that back during the wars with the Ruby Empire, there would be some schools that would get so huge that the seas would turn black just from their numbers.
Fuck that.
That was like the Ruby Empire just being like, you know what, fuck it, we don't care about taking slaves. We're just going to destroy your entire fleet.
This part of the ocean is no longer friendly to anyone.
Yeah. And the thing is, because they are so destructive, big shoals don't last long. They kind of cannibalize until they reach like a homeostasis size, which is about this size.
Gotcha.
kind of like, out of character, kind of like the macro swarms did. But wasn't aiming for that because I've had this monster planned for months. But anyways, so yeah, the Black Shoals can be. You figure that maybe this was summoned. I'll just say with that natural 20, you get a sense this was probably summoned by Gleaza and put into the service of the Aboleth.
It was a gift.
So it's not like a mutant.
It was a gift for either the demons or the Aboleth, one of the two.
A literal devilfish.
Here, neighbor, have yourself a wonderful goldfish I summoned from hell.
It's not really gold, but you know how it goes.
It's black gold.
That's oil.
Exactly, they're oil fish.
I mean, they do kind of melt into like a tarry, oily substance. So you
can power machines off devil. So yeah.
Yep. So, how's Rayan doing?
She's clinging to the bell, like
ringing it every time it needs.
Yeah. Face just pressed against it.
Now, just because, speaking of the Abyssal Seas, you have learned that this spell was made in the Abyssal Seas. These types of bells, they're designed to look fiendish.
Yeah. Yeah, she's just, fucking...
She's had a rough day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay.
That's what she's doing.
Quiet Hearts is going to stay beside Ryan.
She does not seem to notice you.
But just stay near.
Anything you wanted to do here, or head back to meet up with Delson?
We should look around, just see if there's anything here, but Ryan is not in the place to do that.
There's caves to look in, even if they're, feral creatures, they might have, magpie instinct.
Or they just drag their food here and whatever happens to be on them.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they can't eat.
Yeah, if anyone wants to go do an investigation for the caves, you can.
Yeah.
Ryoko?
Yes, I want to explore the spooky cave where the monsters came out of.
I can't swim, so...
They're dead.
Don't find shit.
Yeah, you look in there and it is a grisly sight, so you're just like, no. You don't see anything like glittering immediately, so I bet it's just like, I'm not digging through that. But Ioane, with the perception of 20 looking at that cave, you do see something of a glint.
Mm-hmm.
And when you reach in, do a perception check. Not a perception, an investigation, because that's like actually searching. You were just like glancing in. This would be like okay. So you reach in and you pull up what looks to be either the arm of maybe like a human or an elf, just from the shape of it.
Oh.
And it's gnawed off at the elbow. It's missing a few chewed off fingers, it looks like. But around its wrist, you find a very fancy looking bangle. With what looks like to be like some gemstones in it, but it'll probably need to be cleaned. It's kind of grimy.
Mm-hmm.
But you do see like a silver or maybe even like a platinum sheen to it. So
it might just be like, fancy, but it might need to be identified.
Yeah. So looking through, you also find what looks to be like a necklace. That has like it's actually a similar symbol that you've seen. It's a crab pendant, but the shell is pearl, like inlaid pearl. It's another symbol of the reef mother. But Yeah. So you have a pearl pendant and a band and a jeweled bangle.
Alrighty. That was a necklace, right?
Yep.
Alrighty then.
Okay. And when you pull those out, you're dusting some of you, wiping the grime and silt off of them, and you don't really assess jewelry that much, but these look like they probably fetch a good amount of coin.
It's pretty. That's all I know.
Yeah, Ryoko, you see Ioane seem to have much better luck than you did as he comes out with the jeweled bangle and a large pearl pendant.
Get good, Ryoko.
Nice.
Excuse me for not letting you go off and die.
No, not about that. No, Ryoko made the right choice there.
Actually, Ioane's gonna swim up to Ryoko and place the bangle in her hand, since you didn't have any luck.
Thank you.
By the way, look at this baby shark.
Baby shark?
Everybody,
Why are you so tiny?
Well, I don't know if this is actually a baby. This might be its full size. Puff adder shy shark. They curl up and hide.
Why are you tiny?
Explain your smallness.
Survival of fittest made shark shy.
Yeah. Ryoko, you look at it. This would fetch a pretty high mount at like a fence or something. Not sure, like it needs to be cleaned up, so you're not sure exactly what kind of gems are in it, but just from the craftsmanship that you can tell, this would probably be pretty pricey.
Well, I'll gladly take it after all the shit we just went through for it.
When she's not having a crisis, Rain could start this magic for you.
Nice. You both return to the turtle and you spin it around. Looking at the ship, it's been here so long that anything of use is probably either long corroded or drifted away or buried under so much silt it's probably not worth it. But you turn and start heading back, and partway across this little valley of the sand and coral, Delsim appears because he saw you approach and goes, "While you're all together, I heard loud booms, different than your bell."
Was magic stuff, don't worry.
Is the deed done? Is it dead?
But, oh yeah, all of them.
Yep. Got it
And
done.
Sahagin?
Taken care of.
Good.
Good number of them are dead, yes.
Good. Then they can rest and maybe find peace. Okay. Well, the broodmother will be very happy. I am very happy. It is one less nightmare we must contend with. He seems very cheerful now as he takes his seat on the edge of the turtle. With all of you, some of you might have to walk, but there's enough room for most of you on the turtle. But yeah, he takes a seat on like the flipper and is happy to, ride in with you. So it seems to be a novelty for him.
I say after a while, Rain will
It's like an hour to get back to the to the atoll.
Aircraft she'll pull herself away from the bell and hop off the turtle and wobbly walk out of the bubble and swim.
Hey, where you going?
Just going in the water.
Like you're keeping pace.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in the water you could outpace it because you have 40 compared to its 30.
Yeah, she could, but she's not. She's
Okay.
Wouldn't want people worrying about her, otherwise you might think that we have feelings.
What is that? It's kind of quiet.
Wouldn't want people asking about her mental health or anything.
So, anything you all want to discuss on the way back, or just head to the village?
No, I think I'm pretty good at this point.
My brain is fried.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ryoko wants, like the part of Ryoko that's becoming a mom is would like to castigate the child, but feels it's probably not needed at the moment.
So, Ryan, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Do you think she did manage to get a mouthful of Sahagin meat before the swarm
Ooh.
descended? Because it kind of moved before your turn came and descended on you and did that 40 something amount of damage.
40 something, thank you. Almost half my HP. Is it possible? Like, could she have?
It's up to you.
Oh, damn.
And whatever, like, repercussions that would mean for Ryan.
Yeah, I think she did.
Excellent.
Yeah. Quiet Hurts, you were close enough and your perception high enough. You saw that. Yuane, I don't know if you would have noticed.
I think you would have.
Chaos of the moment.
I think I was busy with another creature at the time.
Oh, right. You're off on a different one. I think Ryoko, you might have seen that then. You were right there.
Yeah, you saw Ryan.
Yeah, Quiet Hurts and Ryoko, you would have seen Ryan take a bite.
Yeah,
before she got bitten.
Her mouth fucking peeling open larger than it should and biting into the Sahagin.
Yeah, I think you did that as you were getting bitten, like you got into the frenzy yourself.
Yeah.
Oof. So, whatever repercussions that may have.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, do we want to end here with going back to the village?
Was that late already?
Oh, we did start an hour late.
Oh, yeah.
It is 10.
Gang?
I would be cool with taking this as a good opportunity to break, given that I'm doing work tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll say you return to the village. They are very happy to see you, and we can continue with you going down to go speak with the broodmother. You know, once word spread that you have dealt with the Black Shoal, there is like excitement that goes through the saga. You don't know if there's going to be like another party in your honor, but they are definitely excited. You hear people calling out in both common and Aquan thank yous. But we'll leave off as you send the turtle down into the tunnel to go meet with the broodmother again.
Almost had PvP for a bit there.